Hello, let's talk about making numbers that are more. To begin, we need to choose a starting number. Let's look at this number, 1. Right now there's 1, but what number would it become if I added 2 more? Let's find out. One more. 2 more. What number am I at now? Start by saying the beginning number, 1, and then keep counting. 2, 3. So if we add 2 more to the number 1, we get to 3. We can also show this using a number line. We looked at the number 1, on our 10 frame that is, and then we added 2 more. I think I'll use X's on this one, since there's already dots. I started at number 1, and then I added 2 more. Where did I end up? Yep, it matches. I ended up at 3. When I make 2 more than 1, I get to the number 3. We could also show this using dice. If we start at the number 1, and then we add 2 more, how many dots do we have altogether? 3. So far it's working no matter which way we try. So let's start with a different number this time. I'm going to start with the number 4. This is my starting number. I wonder what it would become if I added 1 more. Let's check. There, now I made 1 more. I started with 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I added 1 more. How many do I have now? Hopefully you can count quickly like this. 4, 5. Now I have 5. I can show this on a number line. I started at the number 4, and then I added 1 more. So now I'm finishing at the number 5. My number line matches my 10 frame card. I can also show this with dice. If I start at the number 4, and then I add 1 more, what number am I at now? 4, 5. I wonder if I could show this with tally marks too. I'll make 4 tally marks. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I add just 1 more, yes, once again I'm at the number 5. There's so many different ways to show what happens when you add more. Let's choose a different starting number. Let's look at this number. Can you recognize it? This is the number 7. I knew that because I counted 5, 6, 7. There's always 5 if you fill in 1 line in a 10 frame. Count it the way I'm counting. 5, 6, 7. What would happen if I added 3 more? 1, 2, 3. Wow, now my 10 frame is full. Hopefully you can see that now I have 10 because every single box has something in it. Even though I only started with 7, when I added 3 more, I was able to make the number 10. Let's show this one on a number line. Here's the number 7 where I started. Then I added 3 more. 1, 2, 3. The number that I finished at was 10. This matches my 10 frame card perfectly. I started with 7, I added 3 more, and that got me to the number 10. Let's show this one with dice. Oh, wait a second. I can't make 7 with only 2 dice and then add 3 more. I'll have to draw some extra dots. So there's the number 7, 6, 7. Now I have to add 3 more. How many dots do I have altogether? 7, 8, 9, 10. Once again, I've proved that when I add 3 more to the number 7, I land at 10. We can show this with tally marks as well. Here is how we make 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's what 7 looks like. Now it's time to add 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Once again, we've gotten to the number 10. It doesn't matter what tools we use. As long as we start at the number 7 and add 3 more, we will always get to 10, no matter how we're showing it. Let's talk about the opposite. Now we're going to talk about less. That means taking numbers away. Our starting number will be 10. Instead of adding more, this time we are going to make our number less. Let's try seeing what happens when we make this number 1 less. Cross out 1 box. We used to have 10, but now our number is 1 less. So how many do we have now? Hopefully you can count backwards and know that if you start with 10 and take 1 away, now you have 9. Let's show what this looks like on a number line. We started at the number 10, and then we made our number 1 less. That means we have to move backwards because our numbers will get smaller. In the first few examples, we always moved this direction, forwards, because our numbers were getting bigger and bigger as we added more. But now we're making our numbers smaller and smaller as they become less and less. That's why we moved this way with our x's. We started with 10, and then we made it 1 less. When we finished, we ended up on the number 9. This is what it looks like with tally marks. Let's make 10. 5 and 5 more gets us 10. And now we want to show what this will look like if we make it 1 less. I'm going to take away the line that goes across on this group of 5. Now we have 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's just like when we started with the 10 frame. We had 10, we took 1 away, and now we're at the number 9. 9 is 1 less than 10. That means it's 1 smaller. Let's try another example of less. We will start with the number 3. Right now we have the number 3, but let's find out what happens if we make it 2 less. What will be 2 less than 3? We've taken away 2. How many do we have left? Yes, just 1. Try it on your fingers. We started with 3, and then we made the number 2 less. Now we're left with 1. Here's how we can show it on a number line. We started at number 3, and then we made our number 2 less. Remember, I'm moving backwards on the number line because when I get less, the numbers have to get smaller. The number I landed on is 1. Let's see how that looks with dice. Well, maybe instead of using the dice, I'll draw how the dots look, since I'll need to erase some. This is what 3 dots look like on a dice, and now I'm going to make it 2 less. I could even just erase them like this. When I make it 2 less, I get to 1. Less means getting smaller. Let's do one more example using the word less. We will start with the number 9. This is the number 9. I know it's 9 because if there was one more here, it would be 10. But one is missing, so I can tell that this is the number 9. I wonder what number will be 2 less than 9. Let's cross out 2 boxes and find out what happens when we make the number 2 less than 9. How many are left? 5, 6, 7. 7 are left. We can show this on a number line too. Start on number 9. And now we're going to make our number 2 less. Remember, we have to move backwards on the number line because our numbers are getting smaller when we move less. We landed on 7. That matches up with our 10 frame card, just as we suspected. Let's show it another way. Here's 9 tally marks. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now what we have to do is make it 2 less. Erase 1, and now erase another. How many tally marks are left? 5, 6, 7. We have proven that when you start at 9 and get 2 less, you end up at 7. Here's what it looks like on fingers. 9 fingers, 1 less, 2 less, now we're at 7. There's many ways to show less and more. The most important thing to remember is when you get bigger and add more to a number, you need to move forwards on a number line. And when you make a number that is less than what you're starting with, you need to move backwards on a number line and count smaller. More is forwards and less is backwards. Hopefully that helps. See you next time.